To come with the concept for BrainBox was a very challenging thing.
6 or so months ago, I was approached by Chris about this super secret mission that was happening in the background, and once he started describing the vision, it was really eye-opening to me that yes, this is what we've been needing for a long time.
I think I underestimated how important knowledge sharing was for the design phase.
We're not selling clothes and sneakers.
No, we're not. It's not just one product either.
Many products with many functionalities. We had to bring people that don't talk the same language together.
Yeah.
What's funny, I probably don't understand everything what BrainBox AI is doing right now because it's so much. But we take the important thing that your software is so complex, you're gonna live something very simple, in a simple way, and make it human and feel like we can change something.
Well, the base of AI is data. You can't really show data. It's pretty boring. It's numbers in a spreadsheet or a database of vectors. So we thought maybe we're gonna tell the story about its transformation, how the data is collected, organized, normalized, then it's used to train actual models and they give results, which is also a kind of data. So it really does the full story from where they're collected at the client side to where they deliver tangible results. We structured it as we would structure a pre-game for the apps with different acts and transition between the different acts. The different acts are what people receive as information in their kiosk that they're navigating. Then the transition is where they experience that emotional moment that really center them in the space and where they are right now to be able to have them want to explore the different kiosks afterward. So it's a guided process, right? It's not free flow where you do whatever you want. You're really entering a story and you follow it for 30 minutes through all the kiosks.
La première, forcément, ça va être tout ce qui est en termes de narratif et de tonalité. Donc là, on veut que ça soit Aria qui représente ce narratif-là, cette tonalité, puis on veut lui donner à ça de l'émotion.
The first thing was to create something tangible from something invisible. So that was the main idea of the design. So very functional, but at the same time very polished. So we have to consider this element also with the content we have inside the experience, let's say the 3D elements, the interactions, the transitions between the screens you touch and the screens you see, and also the sounds. So we have to be very futuristic, timeless, and minimal.
What about guardrails? We want to illustrate them kicking in when people play God and create situations that don't make sense? Or not? Because I know they're important to your systems, but at the same time, maybe it's something. The content was a big challenge. I don't know if you've met with AI researchers. They're very smart, but they mostly talk to their computer. So getting all the information that they have and the knowledge and trying to crunch it into something that's understandable for a layperson, that was a big one. But also taking all that knowledge and using it to fuel the story we would write for the visuals, that was a big challenge.
The collaborative aspect was really amazing because we'd come up with, okay, this is how we want it to look, and then they would bring a lot of the user experience aspect to it as well. And they're like, oh, well, how would a person sitting at this kiosk interact with this data? You can really see it change in real time. It's not just static images. You know, you see lines move on a chart, but what does that really mean? Am I saving energy? Am I improving comfort? And so they really helped with the storytelling aspect of it. And the ability to toggle it on and off so they can very clearly see how a building operates without this technology versus how it does with it. Being able to physically grab an algorithm and put it in place and have these come up. This interactive aspect of it was what was really needed to help people put their hands on this digital technology that's usually just kind of floating around in your brain.
How many meetings do you think you've had?
I wish I didn't know the number. Now that I know it, it's funny because we were speaking to Geneviève about this.
Yes.
But like, so she factored in her
Internal
meetings, but we didn't factor in
our
internal meetings.
I think if you factor in all of them, like the ones we have internally with our teams, the ones that LG2 has internally with their teams, the meetings we've had together, not to...
Plus the work sessions that are currently
Yeah,
happening,
it's like we're near 1,000. It's insane if you think about it.
Maybe having them provide some of those back of what we're using internal could be some good representations for what to use here.
I think we spent a good 6 months doing research and meeting with people, all at the same time evolving the concept. So everything stayed very fluid at the beginning before we looked it all up in 3D and to what we would do.
If I have to speak of the major challenge of the project, it was definitely the algorithm. I remember that when I started to working on that, it was 2 days before Christmas. Every member of the team was in holidays and have to figure out how I can bring like some infographics inside or schema to understand how the rooftop unique works, you know. So I started to build that with AI, and when I came back to works, so beginning of January, and I bounced with the teams, they said, oh my God, it's too complicated. We have a couple seconds to understand how it works. And we can't develop for each algo's new components. So we have to reuse UI components. So that was a puzzle, a real puzzle. But after iteration, each week we met together. On our side, we have to create those components, and on the BrainBox side, to bring the data in. And finally, it works.
What I like about those type of projects is you learn a lot. I think that's the beauty of creating those interactive stations. Is I wasn't aware of the use of AI within each of those different solutions. And then I'm not gonna claim I became an expert, but getting to meet some of the engineers really keeps the project interesting. It's not something that's gonna be ephemeral. It's really there, and it has a vision, it has long term, and I'm learning about it, and I kind of feel I'm adding some corde à mon arc for anything coming in the future in terms of knowledge.
There's a lot of work that went into this. I'm really happy with how this is all going to look, how it's going to turn out, and I haven't even seen it yet, and I have a hard time doing that. I think it's going to be something that we've always been waiting for and we've told the world could be, and now they're going to experience that. Man, am I excited.
There's like physical production, I think, and then there's content production, and then there's coding.
We had custom pieces coming from China, ports and boats and tracking.
It's all about tying up the lighting, the visual, and the sound together to really create that emotional curve.
I'd say for every phase, the last few weeks always feel like a sprint.
Okay, this is the timeline we have. Okay, this is a lot of data we have to generate.
We want people to come here because they want to make a contribution. And more importantly, they want to make a dent in this journey of sustainability.